Okay guys, welcome to episode 2 of the ROTMG Beginner's Guide, whatever you want to call it. This one's on how to get level 20 and stuff like that. So this is just for the updates and the event. Sure, I'll accept the daily login. Make sure when you do play, you go in and accept your daily login every day. So when you first start out, you won't, make sure you look at these two. You look at your daily quests so you know what to fill out. We're going to try and fill this out with Mark of the Dreadnoughts, because that can give you some good items when you're starting off. But we're going to go up here, and we're going to go into the most full realm. What server are we on? We're in US East. So we're going to go ahead and try and get into this realm. Okay, I'm in. So once you're in, you'll see these quests for these things. It looks like we're going to go to Oryx soon. Okay, we're about to just go to Oryx now. That's a free source of XP. But usually when you first load in, just go around to your quest, Scorpion. When you're level 1 and 2 and stuff, it'll just be the Scorpion Queen. Things like that. And, go ahead and clear those out. Bandit Leader. You'll get loot for classes. Make sure to pick up the pots if you really need them, if you're like struggling to survive. Tier 2. Make sure you don't get too low, because you don't have a pet yet, so you have to rely on your Vit. T2 Rogue. So you just want to try and do this. Try not to... Make sure you keep space between yourself and the thing. Make sure to screen rotate. Yeah, don't sit on the Hobbit Mages. A lot of new players die by sitting on the Hobbit Mages. They release the death statistics for like characters lost to different things, and I think Hobbit Mage and Undead Hobbit Mage were on there. Pretty high up in like the top 10 or something. For the month. So make sure you're not standing on these guys. Make sure you're just spacing yourself out from them. And then we're gonna go to Oryx. Yeah, we might not want to complete it because we don't have a good pet yet. So, and of course there will be a guide on how to level up your pet really well. And what you can do to get a free-to-play pet. See, we just unlocked the priest from hitting level 5 on the wizard. That character heals himself and heals others around him. He's really good for new players if you're struggling to stay alive, especially a little bit later in the game. Okay, so we're going to Oryx now. This is going to be a lot of free XP. If we did, we're just going to want to stand back. You probably won't be able to go to Oryx, but just keep going to your quest, and you'll get level 20 eventually. And it will be pretty easy for you. So I'm just going to push up with everyone. See, we're getting XP 24, 12. If you have an XP boost, I'd recommend using that. You can easily get to whatever level you want to get to. With that, like level 20 and stuff. If you level up correctly. Once we're about level... Shoot, I'm going to have to Nexus here. I'm just going to go ahead and push through. Use a healing potion. Hotkey for that by default is F. We're just gonna keep pushing up, staying alive, staying with the group, clearing it out. Pick up some HP pods, MP pods, really quick. Oops. That lag almost got us. We're staying alive. 200 HP. Hopefully up here there's a priest that'll heal us. Yep, there's paladins and priests. Nice healing classes. Watch out for these bombs. They can do a little bit of damage to you if you're no pet and you're new to the game. Yeah, see, we're getting lots of XP. We were level 5, now we're level 8, which is pretty good. We're about to be level 9. This boss could be a little bit tough for you. This one right here. He drops Ancient Stone Sword. It's a white bag sword. See if we can get anything. It's a pretty good melee weapon. Good range, good damage. Low fire rate though. go up and stand up here so that the little statue guys don't hit you when you're doing this guy. And make sure you don't stand too close to him because it does throw a bomb, and I think it does damage, I'm not sure. Okay, and then if your team clears Janice, then you should be able to go up here and do Janice. This will just probably give us a mark, but that's fine. If people drop items, you can pick them up. For this series, I won't. I mean, this is just T0. For this series, I won't. And then some people might trade you. You can take those. But for this, I won't, just so if you are unlucky and nobody does that for you. You still have a chance to understand what to do. See, we're just going to get a mark. Keep that in case we get a Janice quest. And then we go down to Oryx. We might actually get something from Oryx, probably not. I'll probably just pick up the mark and then go ahead and Nexus, because we're definitely not going to be able to do the wine cellar. If you're new to the game, I wouldn't recommend doing the wine cellar until you understand that. We'll have a episode on wine cellar, because that's how you get your tops before our Lost Halls. So we're just going to go down here. The whole group should group up. There's only a few phases that you want to jump out of if it does it. There's one where he like throws bombs out. I'm not exactly sure. Is it this one? No, it's not. But yeah, you shouldn't have to jump out for any phases. This phase, you want to stand back, especially if you're playing a melee character and you're new, because you won't know what he's doing. See, T5 Wisdom Rune. And Mark. We're going to go ahead and Nexus. Don't, like, somebody unlock the wine cellar, we're not going to go ahead and do that. So just drop our bad ring, because we don't need that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and go into Orc. I'm going to teleport to the Godlands now that I'm level 10. See, already T5 Robe. Godlands is really good once you're like level 10-ish. You just want to make sure you can dodge. You might die a lot early on, and you might just want to keep doing your little quest and, what's it called? But if you can dodge the shots, which, I mean, they're kind of slow, and then make sure you have pots. If you aren't in a guild, I'd recommend joining a guild, and then you can go into the guild hall and say pots, and then the guy in there will throw you potions, the healing potions. I'm just going to go ahead and call Snake Pit. And make sure when you're newer, if you can't solo the dungeons, you go ahead and call it. This thing can drop some okay items for newer players. Especially if you're trying to get some tiered items. And it drops a... what's it called too? It drops a couple of UTs, but nothing good. It just drops Bulwark, which is like basically a vanity item. It's like that useless. And then a ring and a shield and a light armor, but they're all pretty bad. I mean, you can still use them if you're new to the game, because they'll be pretty good for you. But in the grand scheme, they're very bad. But we're just going to keep clearing these things. This guy's kind of carrying me. He has a T6 bow. But if these guys weren't in here, I'd probably just end up accessing. This is not the best dungeon you can do for XP. Probably the best one is that drops in Godlands. At least is UDL or Undead Lair. People will call UDL. I'm just going to go ahead and access because it's taking way too long. UDL or Undead Lair is probably the best one. It also drops really good starter items like T6s and stuff. We'll go back to Godlands. If we see a UDL in chat, make sure you're watching your chat when you play. Just glance down every now and then. And just try to leech off of the XP of others. Yeah, we'll TP down here. These guys know what they look like. They know what they're doing. See, we're just leeching off the XP. We're going to go ahead and teleport back up here because that's where everybody else is now. Ooh, watch out for those Medusa bombs. Those do a big amount of damage, especially if you're low on... See, these portals, you are going to want to keep an eye on them, because once you're level 20, that's probably what you're going to want to be doing. Yeah. So we're just keep clearing the Godlands. Level 20 is really easy to get. You just clear Godlands. and make sure, well, if, Nexus from that, because that was a very sticky situation. You want to, the number one, probably at least, I would say the number one reason new players die a lot is just greed. You want to conserve your character, or what's the word? Yeah, conserve, I think, your character, and keep his life over any loot that you might get. Even if you got, like, an insane item, well, there's a few items I'd risk my character's life for, like Jug. But that's, like, nothing. Like, ooh, Nexus. See, you want to have, as soon as you see, like, things that can kill you, just instantly Nexus. Don't stick around. And just in case, like, because we can just easily go back into the realm, even from dungeons. Because a lot of dungeons aren't that hard to get anymore, or just don't give you the loot to where it's worth killing your character or risking them dying for the loot. So we're just going to go ahead and wait to get in again. Oh, okay, we're back in. And we're just going to go back and teleport back to Godlands. If there's a bunch of people grouped up at an event, you could leech XP depending on what it is. Skull Shrines, Cube Gods, a lot of minions. You might die from those. You might not want to stick around. So the minions will probably get you, not even the bosses. Just make sure you're spamming your spacebar. You're getting that chance for a P bag that could have an item that you... I'm gonna go ahead and pop a health potion right there. Oops, we got a blue bag because we're just getting a little bit of soulbound on everything. We're just getting good luck, and we got a blue bag. Attack potion. You might want to keep those and trade them for items. I'm gonna go ahead and drink them. But if you want, you can drink them. It just increases your attack by 1 until it's maxed, and then it'll cap off, and you won't be able to drink them anymore. And just keep trying to just walk backwards. Make sure, watch your mini map. Make sure there's not the red dots popping up behind you. That's a bad habit I have. I don't watch my mini map like at all. This guy already went in. I didn't see that right away. Just gonna keep backing up, spamming spacebar. I'm blinded right now, but you can still see stuff on your map when you're blinded. And then, yep, just keep going around in Godlands. Tier 8. Not for my class, but if I was that class, I'd go ahead and pick it up. There's a P bag up here from me. Nope, not my class. Ooh, shoot, we're low. I'm gonna call Snake Pit. This is one of the dungeons you'll want to farm first, because it'll give you speed, and especially on unmaxed characters, speed is one of the most, or unpetted characters, speed is one of the most useful. Well, I just saw a really good guy go in, so just keep calling it until somebody goes in. If nobody goes in and you can't solo it, it's probably not a good idea to go in if nobody goes in. But if somebody goes in, just make sure you go in. And then you can just stand back. I'm going to go ahead and leech XP. You can do this too. Just make sure you don't walk up, because there can be big amount of guys stacked up at the front of these areas sometimes, and you'll just walk through and die. Make sure you're safe. Okay, and then we see the guy goes to boss. We're going to go ahead and teleport. Make sure you're dodging the hits. Make sure you're using your spell bomb to get DPS in. I think we got a UT. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the mark just in case. I'm not going to actually pick up the UT. It's kind of useless. If you play those classes, pick it up. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't play those classes. At least not on here. I'm not going to, probably. The class quest completion that was above my head was just for the star. It's not a character unlock. Stars are for just vanity. You see how this white star? That means he has every class thing completed. to 5 stars. And then each character has 5 stars at different ranging to different fame ranges. Nice. HP ring. I'm going to pick that up over the wisdom ring because HP is really good survivability. I'm going to go ahead and teleport over to the cube god. And help DPS that down for free. Okay, cemetery. Wait. I'm going to go ahead and teleport to cemetery. The really good starter dungeon. I would really recommend run these. Not that many people in here. Ooh, this guy has the... This must be this guy's PPE. Just go ahead and try and dodge. You're probably not going to do that much damage unless you have good items. I don't have good items, so I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage. This guy got Sea Dirk. That guy's really good. Or really lucky, I guess. Not really good. I mean, he could be good. I don't know. See, we're getting a lot of XP. And then the boss, if you do a good amount of damage, drops 2 pots. He also drops usually all of them drop like a good amount of P bags, or not P bags, pink bags. And usually they have like wands and usually swords. I always see glass swords in those. Almost always actually see glass swords. See, we're gonna hit level 20 right here. And then once you're level 20, you're gonna want to start maxing. That'll be in the next episode, guys. And I'll see you guys next time.